guys, welcome to the very first edition of the Mirror Show. The Mirror Show is a reflection of reality, and today we are going to be looking at the level of progress within Cameroon entertainment industry. And I would like to honor the guest in our midst, Mr. Benoit. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
Diego Wanda, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Mr. B, thanks
B.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for honoring our invitation. I'd like to get everyone's opinion about the level of progress within Cameroon entertainment industry. What can you say concerning the movie domain, artist domain, and comedy? I'll start from Mr. Benoit.
To say the least, I think I'm impressed with how far the industry has grown, the entertainment industry in general, like the movies. We have the music industry, and we also have the comedy sectors. I think it's been a long way coming, but we can boast of the steady progress because at least we see Cameroonians making money from their craft. So yes, to me, it's been a good ride so far.
Wanda vibes.
For me, I think my main interest or the main thing that really got my attention in the movie industry is the fact that young actors are really getting into the scene. You know, we saw Faith Fidel, we saw Eza Cecile, Serafin working with Desmond Elliott, Gabriel Ranzing, they are all picking up. You know, that's one thing interesting about the movie industry.
Yeah.
Because you know, that's one difference I would say between the movie industry and the music industry. When filmmakers spot a talent, you know, a talented actress or a talented actor, they immediately pick that person up. And so that is why you see Faith Fidel, Eza Cecile, Serafin, Gabriel Ranzing, Fonju Michael, who is now acting with Richard the comedian. They're doing beautifully well, and that's one thing to me that's really interesting now in the movie sector, is the use of upcoming actors.
So, Mr. B, what do you have to say about this?
To me, there has really been a level of progress, especially in the movie sector. Cameroon has had 3 movies on Netflix already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Therapy, Fisherman's Diary, The Man for the Weekend. It's 4 rather. It's 4. Yeah.
4?
Yeah, The Man for the Weekend and Broken. Yeah, that we have on Netflix. So this is really something, like it has opened the Cameroonian cinema market to the world. For a very long time, people have been complaining that they are not getting to consume Cameroonian movies, and I think with the 4 movies we have on Netflix and the movie we have on Amazon Prime, Saving Bango. Saving Bango is on Amazon Prime. There has really been there is this growing collaboration between especially the Anglophone actors and filmmakers with actors and actresses from Nigeria. Like I think there is no major film project now in Cameroon without a Nigerian in it. And I think this is a kind of progress because it leads to the sharing of cultures and the elevation of the industry. With the music sector, there's really been a whole lot. We've had artists spring from nowhere to become nominated for Afrima Awards and all of that. So I think there's really been a considerable level of improvement in the industry. Entertainment industry as a whole.
Yeah, I think Cameroon entertainment industry has been making progress, a lot of progress, especially when it has to do in movies, because they have been working on good movies this time, and it has been going international, across national boundaries, and this is putting Cameroon on the map, which means we are getting there.
Is it really now that Cameroon has been doing good movies? I mean,
it's just now that we realized the
I
talent
really don't
we have
think.
in us. And
I really don't think it's now that we have got a distribution channel actually. So it's not like Cameroonian movies were not good. How can you say that we already have Cameroonian
we're
movies?
not up to a certain standard.
So in your
Like
opinion, what
now,
has been the standard?
for me now, they have improved a lot. There has been a whole lot of improvement, even in their acting skills and everything.
I think
Improvement has always been part of the business. If you are growing, it means that things are not static. Things are going to be changing along the line.
Yeah, but before it was kind of difficult to see a Cameroonian in Nollywood. But now we have Faith Fidel.
That is why we say that. That's why I said it's not a matter of Cameroonian movies not being good, right? It was just the network, the distribution channel that wasn't linking other industries. You understand? So how does Faith Fidel acting with a Nigerian make the movie and
It makes it
accept it?
better. It makes it better.
Okay.
And it's putting Cameroon on the map as we go across. Even Cindy Amade too. She did a movie in Nigeria featuring some Nollywood stars like Zach Oji, which is giving us much more progress to show that we are getting somewhere.
Nigeria is number one in Africa in terms of movies.
Actually.
So basically, it's important for that collaboration.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. It's important.
I think the reason why we have not been having Cameroonian movies being distributed on the worldwide platforms before now is just, I think, is regional policies. You know, Cameroon is being considered as a French country, and regional policies and every other thing that prevents all of these multinationals to want to invest in Cameroon. Now, finally, we've had that breakthrough, and we are now seeing these movies getting into platforms like the Netflix and Amazon Prime, because we've been able to go past that regional policies and all of that. Without that, I think we by now we would have had a whole lot of movies on such platforms. But since the opening is there already, we can see the work that filmmakers are putting in now, because the market has been opened for them, and with that, we are anticipating to have more movies on platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and the rest. So it's not a matter of producing good films. It's just a matter of having that opening to be able to put them out there, which we now
To
have.
produce good films also matter.
Yeah.
Sure.
You have the openings, and then definitely Netflix has the standard.
Believe
The
me,
movie is
I
not
have
the
seen
standard.
I have seen
you cannot put it on
Nigerian,
Netflix, so.
and I have seen Nigerian movies on Netflix, even documentaries that are not up to, like you say, if you really look at the quality, but the storyline, what they are trying to portray, is more valuable, that Netflix could not let it pass
Yeah,
by.
I've noticed that your movie must not be that classic or
Quality also matters.
Quality, there's a standardized
that's
quality.
a standard also, but Netflix also go behind the content
Yeah, but
of the movie.
If it's all about the storyline now, or if it's all about the quality. So let's come to the Cameroon movies on Netflix. Working Man for the Weekend. So what do you think is the reason why Netflix selected the movie? Is it because of the quality or the storyline?
Let's say for Man for the Weekend, I think it's the quality, because that film, that movie, it looks like a deja vu something. It's more like Netflix accepted because of the quality.
To me, let me be very clear about platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and the rest. Yes, nobody's going to argue that movies don't have a particular quality that Netflix would accept, right? But do you still know that there are some olden days, especially Nigerian movies, that it's not been long that they were accepted on Netflix?
Yes.
If you look at the quality, would you tell me that the quality it's HD? It's not literally. It's how marketable the movies are. Because Netflix is not getting a movie because they love you. It's not because they like you. It's because they're getting their movie because they're anticipating the market of the movie and how much they can make, how marketable that movie can be. Right? So a movie like The Man for the Weekend, it had a connectivity, it had that connection with Nigeria top stars, and then Cindy Imata was at her prime as a Cameroonian. And Cameroonians were also excited that Cameroonian actresses and actors were already linking up, because that was not something we used to have. So that's already a market for Netflix to step in.
Sure.
And that's why I made mention of the fact that Netflix are not, or Cameroonian movies are not getting into Netflix because they are good. They're getting into it is when those movies go on those platforms that people give reviews, and then you know whether those movies are good or they are not good, right? Yeah. That was actually my point.
So what can you say about our artists now? Because I think Cameroonian artists now putting in much work and are having openings like Kosi, he went for a media tour, and Mike Monster also has an upcoming media tour. Tizi Panchak, Kameni, and Vivid in Dubai, and Vivid also has an upcoming UK tour. So what can you say about our artists? Because I think they are putting in much effort.
I mean, you asked me a question earlier as how the industry has grown, and I said it was
based
very
on movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
about artists.
I'm just talking in line with the progress of the industry so far. I said I was impressed with how far the industry has come, and when you look at the show, TZ, Kamini, Vivid, and Cleo Grey, all of them in Dubai, shutting down Dubai actually because it was a shutdown. We are happy about those things. We are happy to see Vivid from there is going to the UK, like you rightly said. What else can we be more proud of? We just hope that most of these openings are going to be coming, and these artists to also prepare themselves and be ready for these opportunities when they come. Yeah, so what else?
For me, I would say it's actually great for TZ, Vivid, Clobe, and Kamini to go to Dubai, have a very huge show. But I would say the show was actually, to satisfy Cameroonians in Dubai. You understand? Now, to me, if an artist, or let's say if a Cameroonian artist is going out for a show, it becomes much more relevant if it's a non-Cameroonian that invited the artist. If we have like 60 or 70% of the population present for that show are not Cameroonians, it therefore means that let's talk about TZ. It means TZ has fans out of Cameroon that are not Cameroonians. But if you look at the show in Dubai, it was attended, majority, like 95% were Cameroonians. It is good. At least they are satisfying their fans in Dubai.
Yeah.
But for me, if you're going out for a show, it should be first, it is a non-Cameroonian that invited you, and then the population present should be like 60% of different nationalities and 40% Cameroon. But it's great for them to go and satisfy their fans out there in Dubai. If it's going to UK, that's perfect. So it's huge progress, but to me, all those shows are to satisfy their fans out of the country, satisfy their Cameroonian fans abroad.
Okay.
So when we're talking about the progress in the industry, in the music industry.
Yeah, music industry.
There has been pretty much has been going on, and if you look at way back, let's say between 2015 to this moment, you'll see that there's a lot of improvement.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of improvement, and between 2020 and 2021, most of Cameroonian artists they are more interested into adding value in their art, producing like almost every Cameroonian artist has released the major artists that released either an album or an EP.
Yeah.
Between 2020 and 2021, and there are still upcoming albums and EPs that are coming up. This is increasing their portfolios. They are seeing the importance of having a portfolio, because if you like the show now that they are going, they cannot call you in UK for a UK tour for you to come and perform 2 songs. They cannot call you to come and perform 3 songs. You need to have a whole lot of like a whole catalog of songs.
Yeah.
So these artists they have been working and improving, seeing the importance of having building their musical portfolio and giving value to their career, because it is actually, when talking about an artist's career, you need to start you see how many albums does he has, how many EPs, how many singles, how many videos, you see. So that's how you classify an artist. So I think they have really been doing much to get the industry to a better place.
Canada Awards nomination. This nomination has a lot of critics online, especially from Anglophones and TV hosts. So I'd like to get everyone's opinion on this. So, Mr. Benoit, what do you have to say about Canada's nomination?
First of all, we still always have to be reminded of the fact that Canal d'Or is the most prestigious Cameroonian award that we have so far. And growing up as an artist or whatsoever, an entertainer, everybody dreams of winning that award, because not just winning the award, most people really want to be part of attending the award, just having the privilege of being in the midst of the president's wife or the first lady, so many dignitaries in the country. So, but when we want to start talking about the nominations for 2021, I think they have brought about a lot of controversy, which we can all understand. Why? Because most of the artists that have not been nominated, the artists are not the ones who are actually complaining. The fans believe that these artists deserve more. And if you ask my opinion, if the nomination categories were good enough, the only question I would ask was, are you sure the people who are complaining about not being nominated submitted nominations? That is, if the categories were open for nominations and all that. If you sent in your nominations and you were not picked, I think you have a case. You can be complaining. But there are some of those people, like I think I'll call somebody like Magasco, who has put in so much work. It doesn't matter the duration. If they said the duration was 3 years, somebody like Magasco has put in so much work and he hasn't gotten a nomination. So, to me, I think he deserved more. So the award really had a lot to reconsider as far as some artists were concerned. But then every artist cannot be nominated every single year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Wonder Vibes. I'll let
Okay,
you
yeah. Like Ihali said, Canada is the most prestigious award in Cameroon. Yeah, but I think reason for the criticism online is start with the fact that Canada is it's not actually an annual award. You get, it's like 2 years after, and then it comes again after 2 years. So I think that is the main problem that we are having as far as Canada is concerned. So this is the thing. The nominees for 2021 is out, and people are complaining. But meanwhile, Canada considers works of artists from 2019 to 2021.
Yeah.
You understand? All right, so look, for example, Daphne. Daphne was nominated and people are not really okay with it. In 2019, Daphne released Project. 2020, she released. 2021, she did not release until, I think, last month. She released Laba. And people are like, why are they nominating Daphne? You understand? But she has been releasing projects since 2019, and that is the time period that Canada considers. So they are actually forgotten. So, but Magasco, it shocked me. It shocked me. I think that's the main artist. If we want to talk about as a main artist, we are wondering why he was not nominated. Because in 2019, Magasco released Golden Boy album, followed by Underrated EP, followed by Heart, an album that consists of 30 tracks side A, side B. Why was he not nominated? Camille Toyota video, Congosa video, Crème de la Crème video. Why was he not nominated?
an album. When was his album released?
It's really shocking. We should be shocked.
I think he released twin album. What's the duration? That album surely has about 30 something songs.
It's not even 2019. The gift track that he released, that
That's 2021, right?
Yeah, 2021 he released Give Remix and now African Woman. So I mean his projects are heavy, so why was he not nominated? So to me that's the only artist that he's
Are you sure that is the
snubbed.
only artist?
To me.
Yeah, because when you look at when you look at categories, you look at categories of revelations of the year. I think last year, like regardless, there was no Canada last year. So most people really wouldn't be complaining if an artist who was nominated for last year's revelation of the year is being nominated this year, because an artist who was, say, maybe a revelation of the year in 2019 could be what Canada is considering as the revelation this year. Yeah, so I guess this is something that a clarification that so many people needed to get, because so many of us jumped into conclusion angrily just because we didn't know the time, the duration.
Canada considers.
Yeah, and because the people we like were not nominated. So, Mr. B, I'd like to get your point.
So, like Bernard rightly said, many people do not understand the dynamics of award nominations. That's why you see they'll jump up to start throwing shades and throwing tantrums because their favorite or whosoever was not nominated. Now, I read, is it Afrima, the nomination procedure. When Afrima launches nomination, they give the opportunity for either the artist or the artist manager to submit their project in the various categories that they want to be nominated in. Now, when this artist or the artist manager submits this project for that year, that's according to Afrima, for that year, there is a college of jury, like I said, there is a jury who are going to go through those projects, then select the ones that are good enough for them to put on the nomination list. Now, if an artist, I don't know if it's the same case for Canada. Let's just assume it's the same case for Canada.
Yeah.
Now, will you be complaining that Canada did not nominate you when you did not nominate yourself?
We get that all the time. Even on social media, where so many people, you see so many people, even the fans themselves, right? Yeah. So many fans are complaining that their artists or their favorites are not being nominated, but they never nominated the artist in the first place.
They don't understand how nominations are being carried out. Most awards, you have to nominate somebody. Some awards, they give it out for the public to nominate somebody. But there are awards that you have, you want to be nominated for an award, you have to submit your project, the project you want to be nominated for. You submit it. And if the jury sees your project worthy, they are going to nominate it for the award. Now, back to Canada. There has been, many people have been complaining that Canada is mostly for the Francophones and that is biased and all of that. I don't really look at it that way, but what I would say is the media, like the Canada, they are mostly, I would say, maybe they are going for those who are bringing the juice.
Every artist has to be nominated. We need to see their hard work before nominating them. But on the other hand, too, we have artists who work hard and at the end of the day, they are not nominated. Like we see Ada Akenji, the video director, he refused and he has promised to boycott the Canada Award because Magasco wasn't nominated. So that's just it. Well, we wish the nominated artists good luck on this. And now we are looking forward to Biggy Studio. And is it, I don't know if this is really okay that we have an artist going in for Biggy Studio, which is Fish Official. So what can you say about that?
First of all, kudos to Biggy Studios for pulling through when everybody didn't think they were going to pull through though.
Actually.
I mean, I and my man, we were on the red carpet looking left to right, waiting for the police not to come and arrest us according to prospects. But well, the show is going on, it's ongoing, and it's beautiful. in as much as there's still some lapses that people can still spot things that we had from last year, and they will also have fish in their house. I mean, it shows how dynamic and how different they want to be from other platforms, because we have hardly seen superstars, because Fish is a superstar to so many people. People see him as such. So, in other TV reality shows, we have hardly seen superstars actually coming. So, to me, I feel this is the disruption. It's also changing the mindset of TV reality shows, that also these superstars or these actors, these artists have something to offer, just giving them that platform. It could have been some sort of a step to boost the show, to give it more relevance at one point in time. But I also feel like Fish coming in there has given the show another, it's interesting, especially him coming out from a very difficult period of his career. So I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I'm still waiting to see what is the role of Fish in the house, because I still feel like he's not one of the real contestants. I feel like it's just a trick to intensify the game.
Oh, Wonder Vibes, what do you have to say about this?
Well, there was a whole lot of anticipation about Biggy 7. And at the Damini, Cameroonian start, it was not going to pull through. Starting from the house entry party. Personally, I thought it was not going to happen. But, I'm a devoted blogger, and so I went there with Benoit. We covered the show live. We were there, but we were not really certain and sure that it's going to happen, because, the online warning was horrible. We thought maybe we'll wake up in the morning one January.
One convocation.
But we're happy it pulled through, so we had to cover the show live, at the Hot Gym in Wonder Vibes. But let's say I wasn't really cool with the fact that, the house entry party was in a snack bar. And then secondly, it was not just Biggy 7 occasion that was there. We also had a birthday party that's really crazy. It's really not acceptable for me. There are many halls, cinema halls that they could have went to have that show there, but they went for a snack bar. That's wrong. It's totally wrong. And then secondly, we have Fish coming into the house as a new housemate, because 2022 housemate went in, and then Fish came in as a new housemate, as a surprise housemate, and then he drew a lot of attention because he's already a star. But to me, I think for Fish to be in the house, there are two things involved. It's either Fish is there for fun, or Fish is there to cause, some kind of chaos. Because I don't think he's going there to look for fame, because he's already a star at his own level. So if he's there, then it's either he's there to just catch fun or just cause chaos in the house. But he's already doing that. I think he already has an argument with a couple of housemates, and he's also trying to have some bonding. I think he's been bonding with the biggest girl in the house, Cynthia. The big ass.
Cynthia.
At one point I thought she was going in, and I said if she was going in, then she will be going in for Cynthia, because Cynthia is the kind of girl that she likes. But unfortunately.
So you support the fact that an artist should go in?
It's okay for Fish to be there, but like I said, there are two things involved. Either he's there for fun, or he's there to cause chaos. Because in every reality show there must be someone to
It's distraction.
to cause some distraction. Yeah.
You never do reality TV show?
Yes, girl.
Because Fish entered to the Biggy studios, you listen to comments, you get comments like, "I'll never cease to be amazed in this country." Like, stars we look up to. It's just like how you never see Joe Boy in Nigeria going for Biggy Niger. And you see comments of them saying that, "Hope there are enough dry leaves in the house," that kind of.
But that's the main reason why I said people dropping this kind of comment is simply because they know that Fish already have the fame, and if someone is going into Biggy, it's look for fame. Now, As an artist, if you're going into Biggie's mansion, you're definitely going to look for fame so that you draw attention to your music.
Wait,
Understand?
are you really
But-
going into the Biggie house just because you want to look for fame?
I'm
Come
trying
on,
to- I'm
15
trying-
million.
I'm-
As an
I'm
artist,
just-
you're
I'm trying-
already
I'm
famous.
trying to
15
back up
million,
the-
we have 15 million is what some artists don't have. So
Yeah,
what do you mean?
but I'm trying to give reasons why those people are dropping those comments that Fish is not supposed to be in the building.
Okay.
They are actually saying that because they think Fish already have that level of popularity. He's not supposed to go in.
And like they say,
But come on, he might be going in for the money.
come on.
It does.
Because,
He might be going
because
for
literally,
fun.
right?
That's the fame of
Literally, we have had an industry where it's more of the show rather than the business. So most of
Yeah.
these artists are actually stars, but they cannot. I'm not saying Fish does not have money. I'm not going to come with anything. So I'm just saying that. Come on, we have artists who are really talented out here, but they cannot produce projects. They have amazing projects in their hard drive, but cannot produce projects because of lack of money. If he went in there and won 50 million, come on, it's a turnaround.
Yeah,
for his
and
career. So you cannot be telling me he's going there just for fame. Fame to me is just a secondary motive because we have seen winners of reality TV shows who didn't even get the fame. They are known, but even up to today, you hear nothing about them. You understand? So I feel like the primary objective for anybody going in there is to win.
And that can be a good point for Fish because he just separated from ATM Entertainment. So definitely he's independent and they need the finance to. I cannot kill my vibe. So.
Mr. We let's hear from you.
Well, to start with, I would say the organizers of Biggie 237 or Biggie Studios,
Yeah.
they did well. They put a hat trick on their on their anniversary, yeah, because they had this ownership problem crisis that led to a warrant from the court of first instance of Boya banning or suspending the launching of the show. So that says they had registered the show with another name, that's Biggie Studios. Now they are doing the show now under Biggie Studios, but well, I think that Biggie Studios we can say is the name of a company. It's not the name of a show, because Biggie 237 was under Biggie Studios. So Biggie Studios now they are just using now the name of the company to run the show, which is somewhat good and it's not really good because but I love the way Cameroonians are going along with the new appellation, that's the Biggie Studio stuff, because in some cases you find it very difficult for people to just easily accept
it. Yeah.
it's a thing like that at the dying minute.
Yeah, but
Well, I feel like the reason why most people accepted the whole thing is because people had already anticipated this so much. We had the show last year, and with all the promises, they had anticipations. People were really anxious to see
the
it.
anticipation, the anticipation was there, the anxiety was there. Now, let me say you're anticipating your wife is pregnant.
Whose wife? I don't have a wife. No, no.
Just an example.
No, don't even say the example.
Let me say my wife is pregnant,
yeah, good
and I'm
example.
anticipating to have a male child. Then I go to the hospital on the day of delivery, and my wife gives me a girl child. And then I
You
just
have no choice.
really accept. No, it's going to play on your emotion.
But you're going to accept.
Yes, obviously you accept, but just to accept instantly, like the way people have been accepting the whole.
That's why I wanted to make a point,
It's
and I was
something-
saying that
it's something.
the reason why people, to me, I believe most people accepted. Personally, the reason why I accepted was because I felt like these guys who were stopping the show from holding had enough time to pull this. Because that's why at some point in time, many people felt like this was just a stunt to get the attention of people.
Yes.
You understand? Then on the eve of the show, you guys released a press release telling us the show is not going to hold. Okay, and then you want to validate the reason. One of their representatives was live, and we were expecting to get concrete reasons. You get, so it's like a tussle. If she gave us, or if they gave reliable information, like they were outsmarted, trust me, this crowd would not have followed the way I think they are following
I
now.
think most things that happen in life is a game of interest.
Okay.
The people tussling with the biggest studio now, they had their interest. They benefited from it. Now other people are being smart
maybe they did not see the bigger picture. They thought it was a one-time something. So they benefited from that, but they did not see the bigger picture. Now they are coming again to claim rights over the bigger picture that some other people are trying to put in place. I saw they went forward to create their own Facebook page known as Biggy Official.
Okay.
Yeah, you have Biggy 27 Official that they have been writing, they're releasing press releases. And
So they're not
all that.
using the
Okay.
Biggy 227 page.
No, we have now. What is there is that the main Biggie 237 page is no more in use.
Okay.
They are not really using it. So the
So,
other,
in your opinion, what do you think is the reason why they're not using the page? Because we
the
need
other
to-
no is to evade this injunction by the first
Okay.
by the court of first instance in Boya.
Okay,
So
fine.
it's why that's why the people who are organizing the Biggie 237 of this year, they are using the Biggie Studios page.
Okay.
And why the other faction, they have created Biggie 27 official that they are using to give counter information.
If things like this are happening, if things are like this are happening, then I still
Okay.
fear for the initiative. You know why? Because it becomes very difficult for people to really trust an initiative like this. For example, we are talking about Biggie Studios running, and then Biggie Official, like Biggie 237 Official, like you rightly said. If these two if let's say this were to be two reality TV shows running, which wouldn't be a problem actually, if at all they don't have, if they're not creating
What the thing
problems.
is, Biggie 237 official was created just to sabotage Biggie 237.
Okay.
And following the injunction from the court,
God.
Biggie 237, those organizing this second edition of Biggie 237, they have decided to use Biggie Studios instead of using Biggie 237 to evade that injunction order, and they have succeeded to do that. They just need to follow all through with Biggie Studios, because coming into doing anything now under the name of Biggie 237 is going to
play
put
on,
that injunction
legacy,
order into action, and maybe the show might be put to a stop or something like that.
So what you're simply saying is the show is going on because it is under the name Biggie Studios.
Yeah.
Yes,
Obviously.
Yes,
And then they cannot
obviously.
use Biggie 227 because it's actually having a court case.
That's a court
Yes,
case.
it has
And
an
that is why
injunction order.
the others created Biggie 227 official.
They created Biggie 237 official to sabotage, because on the day of the launch of Biggie 237, the people of Biggie 237 official, they actually released a press release on that their page, saying that there will be
No show. Yeah. So they were trying to control another audience.
Yes.
And that is why I was saying that it's simply because these people already, the audience already bought the idea of the main show, right?
Yes.
And also the fact that the people who were going, some of the contestants who were going into the show are very influential, and they had done a lot of campaign. So most of their followers were so anxious to see them go into the house. You get? So that is why I'm saying that it played a lot with the way people anticipated the show, and the reasons that the counterparty gave as to reasons why they don't want the show to hold were not valid enough for people to fall for it.
They don't have any valid reasons. I can say the only valid reason they can give is that the show Biggie 237 was registered under the former managing director's name, and when they fell out, he refused to submit the original documents to the other founding members of Biggie 237. So now he's using that to control the narrative. He's using that, just the fact that the initial show, is under his name, to control the narrative. Apart from that, he has no other reason.
Yeah.
You can say, because
Actually, I think Biggie Studio this time around has improved a whole lot. It has improved. Although the reopening took place in a snack at the Yapakin Prestige, but I noticed it has improved as compared to last year.
How improved in your opinion?
The setting, the development, let's say the location even, it's much more better as compared to last year. I believe last year some of the contestants went through difficulties, which we all really
Well,
we can relate to
they are
that.
still
I think
going
this
through
year,
difficulties.
they're still
No,
going
but
through
now it
difficulties,
is
right?
better.
Yeah, they
It
have a
is
bigger
much
house.
more
They
better.
have a bigger house. They have
Before-
good cameras, but there's
Yeah,
one thing that they don't have.
big-
They don't have
good
the dining
cameras.
section. They don't have the
And
dining table.
before,
That's some of the
Cameroonians,
Ramboas.
Cameroonians were not even interested in Biggie Cameroon. Biggie Studios. Majority. It's now that we are getting to follow it up. Before many, I myself last year, I
No,
wasn't even
but
concerned about
if you really
Biggie
notice, there's a
237.
whole lot of interest in Biggie 277 this year.
This year,
That was why
this
even
year,
the name change
not
is
last
actually
year.
having no
Yeah, no
effect.
impact. That's why I
Actually
said
having
that
no impact.
people,
Like-
the show already brought the interest of
Yeah.
people, and whether you like it or not, most Cameroonians are already understanding that for us to be able, for us to stop complaining that Big Brother Nigeria is doing this, is playing this over this. Whose responsibility is it to make Big Brother Cameroon what it's supposed to be?
let me know
So
what
that's
you
something that some people have already understood, and that is what they are doing. I had people who were trolling the show last year.
Let me know
But this year they are
Let me
so
know
much
contribution.
action into the show.
Have you noticed that since the start of this Biggie Studios competition that's going now, the hype about Big Brother Nigeria.
Of course, that's why we're saying that we are
space
to build
It's
up.
It's just like I want
It's now
Yes,
that
yes.
Cameroonians started supporting Big Brother Cameroon,
No,
Biggie
do not say
just
it
now.
is
It's
just
now because last year people didn't support. I myself last year I didn't even
I will
watch
not
it.
argue you about that.
I
Okay,
did
so
not.
let's just
But this
say-
year I'm concerned
Let's
about
just say
it.
last year, since it was the first
Yeah, it was the very
edition,
first
People get the
edition.
benefit of that.
yeah,
And it had a lot of
there was a
critics.
whole
And that's why
lot
we
of
are
trolling about the show.
And that's why I was, and then you also understand that
But
last
then-
year there was no sense of belonging. Why? Because they made the show to be like theirs. They didn't make the show to be like Cameroon. It was a show for Cameroonians. As a blogger last year, it was difficult working for the show. In as much as I believe so much in the show, but there was no information that was reaching the bloggers. Sometimes,
Like content.
so you see, we lack content. But this year, I think they stepped up. They reached out to bloggers. Their PR, their communications team did a good job reaching out to bloggers, pitching the media, pitching the project to them, and making them to understand that it is not our project, it's your project as well.
yeah. So finally, I think
Communication has also really improved.
Oh, I'm enjoying the person who's behind.
Yeah, the
their
person
com- I enjoy the person who's
But I think we'll have
enjoy
this-
their community management. I think the caption sharp, interactive,
yeah. But I think we just have
They
this
have really
three
improved.
problem now. I
sound
think
TV.
one sound. There are a whole lot of Cameroonians, Nigerians themselves who want to watch. I mean, some Nigerians were asking me what channel on ZSTV.
They have no channel
wanna
to broadcast it live.
There's no sound, there's no channel to watch. So believe me, if we had a channel, or if Biggy even had a channel, they had sponsors, they had good sound system, man.
To wrap up, I
Perfect.
think trust me, the sponsors. Now I got a call immediately after the show, and I was told that their main sponsors backed out at the eve of the event.
Yeah, because of the problem.
Because of the problem, nobody wants to stain their brand, especially if you are a major brand in the community. So the sponsors are there. That's why I said in the long run, the biggest thing, if they stay consistent,
Yeah.
this show is going to be bigger next year.
No, if you see that they have been able to, they are able to pull through this year, means they are going to stay. Because
And we didn't know they were going to pull through last year, though. We didn't know this problem was going to come this year. So this problem has come. We're hoping another one doesn't come next year.
if they are able to pull
See
through
Biggie,
this
see
year,
Biggie record label. We don't have Biggie
Yeah, this
Studios.
time is Biggie Studio.
Yeah, this time is-
So
Or better say, if Biggie Studios been the court case, and then they now go back to Biggie Studios. Because
we used to be Biggie
no,
Studios.
no, the thing is,
it's just going to be okay. It's just
We're
like-
going to be okay. Biggie 237 is going to
if
fall
the
under Biggie
first
Studios.
if the first management actually wins the case, then there's gonna be some kind of
I don't know.
confusion. No, it's gonna be confusion because the first management is going to use Biggie 227, and then Biggie Studios will also want to use Biggie 2022.
And what is
So,
going to
so there'll
happen?
be two reality TV shows.
They will, and we are not complaining, right? The question now, and that's what is going to make them step up. I was like the other day when we were talking about having many reality TV shows or many platforms that create opportunities for other people. We have the Princesses and the Prince, which is going to be airing as well.
Couples Corner.
Right? So Couples Corner. If we have 10 of those, but if they are getting an
there's supposed to be one major reality TV show. I'm not denying the fact that there has to be other reality TV shows, but there has to be one main
one. And we have Biggy Studios.
And it's going to be
Biggy Studios. But if the first management win that court case, we'll have two. We'll have Biggy Studios, we'll have Biggy Studios.
And if Biggy Studios step up their game, bro, look at what is happening just this year. Look at the population, the attention they have garnered in just their page left from no likes. Yeah, now we are already at 12,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine before this show comes to an end, 2 months, we are just in day 4. Before the show comes to an end, they must have gathered the population for themselves.
The population is not the reason, or the population is not what will make them win the court case. The problem is they have to win the court case to avoid the too Biggy reality show.
See, this is it.
It's not like
if they follow this the court procedures the right manner, they are going to win the case. Because if the 4 of us set up a company and we register the company under one name, then the person that the company is under your name decides to play on all of us, I think 3 people have that the corporate advantage over one.
Well, that's not just what takes a court case. We have some people who don't have rights doing court cases. It depends on how strong your team, your legal team is.
So let's just hope.
And that's why I'm saying that even if they are already one step ahead, right? So who is losing? Who is losing is the Biggy 237, the other Biggy 2317 team. Because if by next year this show stays consistent, people are going to give their trust to what they can already trust, what they have already trusted.
To have more attention.
You understand? That is just what I'm trying to say. Next year, I will not leave Biggy Studios to go and follow Biggy 237 when I know next year somebody's still going to play.
Maybe Biggy Studios might come up with 25 million next year at scale price.
And these guys will go up to 30. One thing
about Biggy Studios,
if they go up to 30 and even the other guys come up with 30 or even become of 50 million, I'll attend it too.
It's going to be a tussle.
I'll be in both.
You do well.
Well, to the Biggy contestants, we wish you guys good luck and hope you win the 50 million views. And please, when you win, don't forget us.
Yeah, very important.
We are going to be our
Patience, bring my own money.
Then Okoye.
Come on. I love patience.
Question on patience.
No, I'm not crushing on patience.
Question on her.
We're actually married.
Married.
Illusionary. How do you call it?
Illusionary
or imaginary.
Oh
Right.
my God.
Come on, I wish that she wins though.
Then give a shout out to her.
Come on, I'm not going to give her a shout out. I'm just going to share
still in the mansion.
And I'm also a fan of Clemento, by the way. I mean, I have good contestants. But if 2 people could win the money, I would pray.
I would have loved to see Fish win.
No, I wouldn't want. Anyways, it's a contestant, so
no. I said I would have loved to see him win. I have my favorite already.
Who is your favorite?
Clemento.
Yeah, so Clement, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I wish Clemento and Patience can both win. I mean, the bracket is 7.5. But the problem now is that if Clement wins, you have the added advantage to marry Patience. So.
Hallelujah.
No, it's just a joke, guys. Shout out to you all, and I'm wishing all of you good luck.
Okay, my beautiful viewers, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to The Mirror Show on IBTV. Feel free to ask questions and leave your suggestions on the comment box right below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And a special shout out to the man behind the camera, Seraphic Shots.
Yes!
Shout out to AMG Media. Shout out to Chef Dawe.
Shout out to Purity.
Shout out to Wonder Vibes. Shout out to...
Jen.
Bettina.
And a shout out to myself since nobody did for me.
Before we go, I was talking about Patience, but I forgot to tell you that you look beautiful. I love your hair.
Thank you.
Patience doesn't come
Stop chatting this game.
You will chat because no,